Welcome back to 3 Aces with Internet. I'm your host, Blake.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Sam, coming at you on the Sam Can.
First things first today, we're going to talk about the injuries. George Kittle looks like he's going to come back and be activated off of IR this week against the Arizona Cardinals. I am playing Sam and I am playing Blake in both of my leagues that I care about, fantasy finals. Yes. I picked up George Kittle in both.
I had George Kittle and then I dropped him.
Yeah, I didn't pick up George Kittle. I have Travis Kelce, but it's still George Kittle, and his team's really good, so.
And the best team in both these leagues.
Another one, Christian McCaffrey, finally back. A little late, but for any fantasy playoffs, that could be really good for a lot of people. It can come in clutch.
Mm-hmm. And Myles Gaskin is back from COVID-19 reserve.
Yep.
And Cam Akers is out. What's the injury he has?
I think it was a leg injury. I think a quad or something like that. That's what he's dealing with. And we had some big games this week. With
another injury. Did we talk about Clyde?
Oh, we did not talk about Clyde.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out for the rest of the regular season and maybe further couple games.
IR.
That would. Well, if they do get the first round bye, that would actually come in clutch for them.
Yeah.
But I think Le'Veon Bell could take cover. I think it's they're gonna be forced to pass the ball now, which I don't think they really care about because they're gonna throw the ball no matter what.
They don't need Clyde to win.
No, they don't. And they proved it multiple times this year. So we got some big playoff implications with these next Dolphins-Ravens game. They're battling for the 7th seed. The Ravens have been really hot, and I would be scared to face them if I was in the playoffs.
Yeah, me personally, I don't see the Ravens going very far in the playoffs, but because I don't think their offense is there yet to really.
I think it's there.
You think so?
It's scary. It's scary how good.
We'll see how they do this week versus. Well, I think they're going to be the Giants, but still. But I think to see how Lamar Jackson does because the Giants do have a decently good defense, decently good pass rush. They're definitely going to put pressure on Lamar Jackson, so we'll see how that works out.
Now, if history does repeat itself, Lamar can't win big games.
Once again, but if history does repeat itself, the year before MVP did win the Super Bowl.
Yep, it's true.
So 3 years in a row now that has happened.
Yeah, it has happened, and but I think we also got to watch out for the Dolphins here. The Ravens are clearly the better team right now than the Ravens. Sorry, the Ravens are a better team than the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But right now the Dolphins have the edge, and you look at let's see what they got next week. Week 7. It's gonna come down to week 17. Both these teams, Dolphins play the Raiders. They're probably gonna win. The Raiders are cold.
Mm-hmm.
They have the most likely chance of losing, and the Ravens play the Giants, who have been cold lately. But looking at both teams' schedules, who do the Dolphins play week 17?
They play the Bills.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
And Ravens play the Bengals.
Two big division games.
If the Bills clinch the 2nd seed and have nothing to lose, what's going to happen? Are they going to bench their players?
I can see it because you remember last year. Did they do that last year? Or it was either they did do it last year at the end of the season. They started RG3. I think Harbaugh takes the same exact approach because they do not want to see because once again Lamar Jackson running quarterback I'm
talking about the Dolphins game.
Oh, where
the edge right now? The Dolphins have the 7th seed.
So you think the Dolphins could bench players?
Yes. No, so the Bills will bench players when they face the Dolphins, so that can give the Dolphins the win. If they win out, they get the 7th seed.
Ah, I didn't think about that. The Bills bench. I don't know if the Bills would bench players.
I think that they would bench maybe Diggs.
That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Diggs be benchable.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll bench Josh Allen.
No.
Maybe Tremaine Edmonds, a linebacker.
Mm.
Some people like that. Maybe some offensive linemen. But it is what it is. Next we have we're actually gonna have Mike Gruseke on. He is a Jets fan. He is. We'll see his feelings if I can ever find the freaking cursor. We have Michael Gruseke coming on, talking about the Jets. Here he comes. Hi, Mike.
What's up?
How you doing?
All right. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, you won this week. You won against the Rams. What was your initial reaction to beating the Rams?
So, going into the game, I thought we had no chance, obviously, because we're the Jets. But it was just I was happy for the players because it sucks being on a winless team, and Although we're probably not gonna get Lawrence, I'm happy for the players. I was happy to get a win, but it kind of sucks. It's like a win-lose situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really happy to see Frank Gore get a win this season.
I was going to say something.
Yeah.
I was happy for Frank Gore. Frank Gore
Yeah.
got that win. Yep.
He was a big part of that win too, so that was
He
good.
was running by big man Mekhi Becton. Pro Bowl snubbed himself. Somehow led the positions and then again in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that?
I think that's ridiculous. I think honestly the Pro Bowl is just like
Popularity
in my
contest.
opinion, it's a popularity game, and a lot you see a lot of
It really is,
usually typically a lot of Cowboys, a lot of Steelers, a lot of Packers.
Yeah.
No, this year
Big
no
fan
Cowboys
bases.
made it.
Yeah,
No
that's the thing.
Cowboys.
This year, I don't think it really. I
Oh,
think
really?
I think there was
Okay.
something different when it comes to how the players got voted this year because I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think that people voted some of these players in.
Nope. Nope. So no Trevor Lawrence. Where are the Jets gonna go from here? What are they gonna do with the second overall pick most likely?
All right, so before I say that, let's hope that the Jags win a game. But in the case that they don't, which is very likely, I think that the Jets should keep Darnold because I think the only reason you would move away from Darnold is because of Trevor Lawrence, because you can't pass up on a talent like that. And in my opinion, Zach Wilson and Justin Fields aren't good enough to just leave Darnold, who hasn't shown that he truly sucks. I think that you just look at what happened with Ryan Tannehill. He was bad with Gase, and then when he went to the Titans without Adam Gase, look at him now. He's really good, and I think that Darnold has potential. If we get I think we would trade back and maybe draft Jamar Chase later in the draft.
Okay.
But even if they just stayed at number 2 and drafted Sewell, if we had Sewell and Becton with Darnold and we could still build around Darnold. So I think it would be smarter to keep Darnold, although I'd be fine with drafting Wilson or Fields.
Okay, that's what we were talking about. We just had a draft episode, which is going up tomorrow. And spoiler is, we decided, me and Sam were thinking that Justin Wilson,
Zach Wilson,
Zach Wilson
Justin Fields.
and Justin Fields, one of them was gonna end up being a part of the Jets next year. We think that they were gonna take the QB route, but I could definitely see them getting an offensive lineman. Or I could totally see them going with the wide receiver route too, like with Jamar Chase, like you said, trading back, maybe getting a 3rd or 4th round pick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely something they could do, and I could totally see them doing.
Yeah.
So, were you upset? Were you happy? What do you think now?
My initial reaction was happy / confused, but I was pumped up. I was excited to see a win because think about it. I've been watching 12 straight weeks of losing or 13 straight weeks of losing, and they finally win a game. So I was happy. And then after I go on social media and just keep scrolling, I see all these memes of the Jets, and then I just realize, crap, that they won, but they lost at the same time.
Yeah.
At the moment. So I guess I'm kind of upset, but I feel like most Jets fans are disappointed, but I'm just one of those fans that I'll root for the players on the team now because Trevor Lawrence isn't even part of the Jets, but I'm still disappointed because Trevor Lawrence is so good, but let's just hope that the Jags somehow beat the Bears, which if Trubisky's bad, they have a chance. I don't know.
Yeah, this is going to be a big offseason for the Jets. This is going to be the offseason to turn it around. They have a lot of money to spend. They got some good draft picks, 2 first-rounders. But yeah, we really hope we can have you back on, and maybe your brother coming more towards draft time, free agency time. It's going to be big for the Jets. We really appreciate having you on, Mike.
All right, thanks for having me. See you guys.
No problem. See you guys. All right, so that was Mike Gruseke. He's a huge Jets fan. Also has a twin brother, Dan, who's also a massive Jets fan. And from what they can tell, they think that they should go the Darnold route, which I could see why, but I just don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I like Darnold. Because I don't think Darnold's a problem. It's their coach. Their coaching is bad. Darnold isn't really playing. I guess actually no, he's playing bad, but it's just I don't think their team is a complete team. I don't think they can just blame it right on the quarterback.
Yeah.
No, they can't. They cannot. And that leads us to the next game, a big game next week, a Steelers-Colts game. I don't know. I had a feeling that the Steelers were going to lose to the Bengals, but now I have the same feeling telling me that the Steelers are going to beat the Colts. But at the same time, realistically, right now, do I think it's possible? No, I don't. I don't think it's possible.
The way they're playing is they're not playing like they're a playoff caliber team at this point.
No, they're not.
Because I don't think they can beat any of these playoff teams currently the way they're playing if they keep playing the way they are, because it's not good. Big Ben's not throwing the ball well.
No.
We got fumbles, turnovers, and they're even the thing is, even though their defense has been their best part, their defense has been lacking a little bit on the side when it comes to playing. So you really hope they can turn it up in these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers here. Do I think the Colts are going to win? Yeah, but do I have the feeling the Steelers are going to win? Yes, I do. So I'm taking the Steelers here.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh because I think Tomlin is gonna talk some sense to this team to get it back to where it needs to be. Because if they I don't see Juju doing that again. Because it's just not. They need this win. This is huge for them.
Yep.
They need it.
I have the same feeling that you do, that the Steelers will win this, but I'm going with the Colts.
Yep. I definitely see where you're going there, Sam. I did not expect this to be a full Steelers sweep. In fact, I expected both of you to pick the Colts. Next, we have the Rams-Seahawks. Big game for the playoff hopes for the Rams, mainly. If they lose, they're kind of going to hold it, probably most likely definitely at the wild card spot. But this is a big divisional game. I think the Seahawks win, they clinch the division.
Yeah, I think they do, actually, because the Niners, they do. Me personally, I'm taking... I actually don't know. This is going to be a really good game. Is this the 8 o'clock game? I really hope it is.
I think it is.
This is huge. I'm going to go with Seattle. I'm going to take Russell Wilson in primetime here. I think this is a big game for Seattle, big game for the Rams, especially Rams coming off of that big loss. I can see the Rams easily winning this, but I'm going to go Seattle. Seattle also needs this win.
I'm going with the Rams because we've seen it before, Jalen Ramsey locking down DK Metcalf. However, that does leave Tyler Lockett to have a little bit of a game himself. But I think that against the Jets, most of the problem was the Rams' offense, not the Rams' defense, because they got the ball twice and put points on the board within the 50-yard line of the Rams' side. So I think if the Rams could fix their offense a little bit, maybe Jared Goff throwing the ball a little bit more accurately, then they could easily pull this one out.
Seahawks are heating up a little bit. I think I'm taking the Seahawks. I don't see... I think this is going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a competitive game regardless of what happens. But I see the Seahawks pulling this game out. And the next game, that leads us to Bills-Patriots. I'll let you guys talk about this one.
Here's my thing. The Patriots always do that. They've done it multiple times this year with the Cardinals and the Ravens. I think the Patriots are going to screw with the Bills playoffs here. I think the Patriots come out with this win. The last time we played, they won, was it a field goal? They won by a field goal. Cam Newton fumbled the ball. I'm not down against my Patriots. I'm a Patriots fan. I can't do it. But
take the Patriots.
I think the Patriots can turn this Buffalo team. Will they be 11-4?
Yeah.
11-4.
11-3 right now, but they would be 11-4.
That would be good for the Steelers.
It would be really good for the Steelers. But I'm taking the Patriots here. I think the Patriots. This is just a Patriots winning game. This is just a Bill Belichick asshole spoiler game.
Yeah.
Right here. So next game, game of the week, we have the Titans versus the Packers. I'm taking the Packers here. They're just so hot. They got the first seed on the line. Aaron Rodgers is going to come up and he's going to show up.
This is, I'm taking the Titans on this game because I think Derrick Henry is going to have a huge day because the Packers' run defense is one of the worst in the entire league, and I think Derrick Henry can have a field day.
It's going to be an offensive game.
I can see Derrick Henry rushing for like 200, close to 250 yards. I'm not going to say close to the record.
He wants that 2K.
He does. He's close. He's really close.
Scary close.
I don't see him breaking Peterson's record though, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, it could happen in this game because Derrick Henry's hot right now.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Packers on this one just because Aaron Rodgers is one of the leading seeds for the MVP voting, and I just can't bet against him right now.
All right, so let's have some fun here. You get some money for Christmas, but you don't really have any use for the money. You want to spend it. You want to spend it on some betting on 5 o'clock.
Gamble.
On 5 o'clock Christmas football. We have Vikings versus the Saints. The spread is favoring the Minnesota Vikings by 7 points. Sorry, the Saints by 7 points. I'm taking New Orleans here.
Mhm.
They with 18 minutes of possession time against the Chiefs, they were able to score what they did. I think that your lock should be New Orleans winning this game by more than 7 points.
I agree.
And then the over under is 51.5 for the score. What do you guys think here with both these offenses? I might take it over here.
I'm taking the over.
Yeah.
Me personally, when it comes to the game itself, it's gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna take the Vikings. This is what these Vikings always spoil the Rams when it comes to big games
That's
like this.
very true.
They did almost has it been 3 years in a row?
Yeah.
Miracle
Yeah.
in Minneapolis.
Of course, I don't remember all of them, but the Vikings do this, and I know I've talked to Sher before about this, about the Vikings always beating the Saints. I think the Vikings can pull it out. I think Dalvin Cook have a big game.
Okay. So what do you think the lock? What's your lock of the week? The spread or the total amount of points?
I take the spread.
Okay, so you're thinking New Orleans beats them by more than 7?
Yep.
I'm with Sam here. I think that's a
That's
good
fair.
lock.
That's very fair.
You think that's a lock?
Yeah.
I'm really inclined to do the over under and take the over.
Yep, I
But-
think that's a pretty easy one as well.
Yeah, but then again, I think it's tough. Those are definitely two safe bets for this game.
Mhm.
And of course, we think the Saints will win.
Yep.
So that leads us to our power rankings. Sam, want to start us off?
So at first we got obviously the Chiefs with Patty Mahomes,
Mhm.
Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce. Then number 2 we have the Packers. Number 3 is the Bills. 4 is the Saints.
Yep.
Yes. 5, we have Baltimore. Baltimore is heating up. They're moving right back up on the power rankings as expected. Number 6 is the Browns. You can't argue with their record and how they're playing currently.
You cannot.
And a lot of people think they were not serious, but their record is showing, and they're playing well.
Yeah, they're playing very well.
And the Seahawks, of course, were they on this list last week? 'Cause I know there was
I think they were on 10.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a Seahawks, of course, climbing the list.
And then at number 8, we have the Titans with Derrick Henry is just looking unstoppable right now. Like
Yeah.
we said, maybe he hit over 2,000 rushing yards. Then we have the Colts right behind the Titans because of divisional stuff. And then at number 10, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers dropping a substantial amount. If they beat the Colts,
I think they can move a lot.
they may become a top 5 team again. But
Mhm.
then again, they still have to beat the Colts. That's a tough task this
Yeah.
week. But that's it.
Now the Rams did drop off the top 10 after the
Oh
loss
yeah,
to
of
the
course,
Jets.
of course. They did not
How
deserve
could
to be in
you
this.
not?
They did not deserve to be in this top
They're
10.
probably maybe 11 or 12 right now.
Yeah.
Easily. That's all we got for you guys today. If you did enjoy, like, subscribe, comment down below any ideas you guys have for us to do. We'll see you guys next time.